4 teams remain here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, and they are the top 4 seeds coming out of the regular season. Thunderhill took a little bit off it, and he'll celebrate with the crowd. We're all tied up. As Matthews postures up and scores his hat-trick goal. Let's go! Let's go! Our broadcast begins with our round 2 hype video, which round 2 tonight could end as both the Peterborough Lakers and the St. Catharines Athletics on the ropes. Game number 4 just about to get underway down in Mimico, but here it is the Orangeville Northmen looking to remain perfect here in the playoffs and book their ticket to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Finals for the 2nd year in a row. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside the JVI Sports Network as we get set to take you through game number 3 of this series. As is usual, the iconic white with silver and black for the Orangeville Northmen, working away from Connor O'Toole, who's been spectacular since being traded at the deadline. And a change in net, it's Ty Wilson, a draft pick from earlier before last season. Part of that big draft class for St. Catharines gets the start. We saw a strong performance in game number 2 for Oliver Vagno after the carousel was on here in this building in game number 1. But Ty Wilson gets the crease tonight for Steve Toll, who's in desperation mode trying to keep the season alive for St. Catharines. Keaton Zavitz, their captain, rolls into the corner. Up top to Thunderhill. Long outside shot. That one bounced off the end boards, and told earlier in the series by Steve Toll, Thunderhill comes alive in the 3rd period. Although when they knocked out the Burlington Blaze, he erupted early and often for 5 goals in that game. Here's Joey Spallina. Keep your eye on his assist totals tonight. 5 more. He'll have 100 regular season and playoff combined here tonight. Here's Liam Matthews. Takes the pass, cuts to the net, and the shot, and Wilson's got his first save out of the way. Cam Sanderson reaching for the ball, and Bowie Horseman got there first. And it's Spallina that will pick up. Has that dangerous outside shot, and so does Horseman. They go down to Liam Matthews instead, whose backhander sails off the end boards, right to Brian Jackman, who throws it on net. And off to the side, Sanderson got run over. So as the Athletics were about to take off, took the ball away, and Steve Toll upset already. Spallina to Sanderson. Cutting through was Jackman. He got held up. So he tried to punch the ball in the direction of Trey Deer. Grabbed by Sanderson across to Horseman. Now Spallina again under 10 of the shot clock. No look shot from up top and bouncing around in the crease of Wilson, but it stays in front of him. St. Catharines send it down floor. Ty Stainhouse accepts the pass from Zachary Toll. Up top, Prantera. He'll send it over to Christian Lefebvre. Now back Stainhouse again. That one wide of the net. All the way up top. Long shot from Lefebvre. Also missed the mark. Only 3 players on the St. Catharines bench, hoping tonight's not their last game. Christian Lefebvre, Julian Race, and Thunder Hill. Here's Liam Matthews cutting in and a shrug of the shoulder from Wilson. Ball rolls out to Cohen Jennings. He'll give to Matthews. Been a steady diet at number 7 so far in this game. Works past contact, still makes the shot. And it's off the right leg of Wilson and out into the corner. Bit of indecision as it came back through the St. Catharines crease, whether Ty Wilson was going to leave it or touch it. And that allows the Northmen to go back to work again 3 minutes into this first period. Trey Deer, outside shot, that's off a defender. It'll come back over the timeline, and look out, Julian Race running to catch up to it, and it's just off his stick and bounces into the crease where Race can't go get it. Trey Deer, outside rip, Wilson the save, rebound, bounce right to Horseman, and then back towards St. Catharines crease. Deer went after it while it was in the cylinder, so Athletics will get a free possession. Keaton Zavitz will return for one more year. After this one, St. Catharines set to lose a number of players next year when they host the Minto Cup. Colton Armitage trying to chase this one. A quick peek at the shot clock from Elijah Edwards. It resets now as it's picked up by Zavitz. Only has 8 to get across center and running out of time and space. And it does reach the timeline. Edwards chasing his man. Here's Thunder Hill. Bringing it across to Ty Stainhouse. Big pile up right at the top. A collision between Aiden Long and Christian Lefebvre. Sends it back. Ciapara leaving for Matthews. Back through Spallina. Joey Spallina had Owen Ron cutting through. Ron sets the screen. Pass comes to Matthews. Ron down on the crease. Spin move Matthews. Down to 6 to shoot. Matthews spins and does get one away. Rebound coming all the way back up top. And Jaden Ciapara knocked down by Colton Armstrong. And everybody on the St. Catharines bench wondering why there was no over and back. Arm is high from the official. I wonder if this isn't going to be unsportsmanlike early on. As Horseman gives to the middle to Jennings. Bounces away from Deer. Picked up, and it is indeed a bench minor against Steve Toll. Officials tonight, Mark Thompson, Andrew Ecclestone, and Mark Smith. Putting an early cap on things here. 5 minutes into the first period. Northman had chances on the power play in game 2 down in St. Catharines the other night. Only ended up, I believe, 2 for 5. Here's Deer, Matthews playing catch. Did have a shorthanded goal, though. Trey Deer will try and bounce it through, and Wilson stands his ground. It ends up in the safety netting. Deer to Matthews from up top, off the glass, and that one will be an over and back. Try and keep one eye here on Tony Rose and one down at the Drummond Bowl in Mimico. Peterborough Lakers trying to keep their season alive and force a Game 5 in that series, which would occur Monday night should it be required. That would also be game number 4 of this series, should it be required. Zavitz down in the corner. We've got our reporter Jonathan Donville on site as Zavitz fires one wide. Shot clock down to 5. We'll try and check in with Donnie if we can at intermission. Ball was bouncing just past the over and back line and off a foot. Someone carried it into that St. Catharines bench. Halfway through the power play now. Spalina ducks, drives, shoots, split save from Wilson. Peterborough the early lead here, 1-0. I should say in Mimico. Was early leads and big ones for Mimico the last couple games in that series. Here's Spalina from the outside. Things got a little spicy at the end of game number 3 as well. Zachary Toll back down the floor. Can't take the whole penalty down, but can put a big dent in what's left of the 24 seconds. Lefebvre to Thunderhill. Pick comes. Hill getting corralled by a double team of Cameron Pack and Elijah Edwards, and eventually the shot clock sounds, and Hill will gladly drop it with only 9 seconds to go in the man advantage. Up the boards, Trey Deer, Liam Matthews. Through Bora Horseman and Spalina. On the crease, Deer. Trying to reach over top of Wilson and one-hand that under the crossbar. Would have been a similar finish, bit different move than he used in game number 1. Here's Zachary Toll. Feeding up top to Trent Meridian, a bouncer. O'Toole, wasn't sure where it was. Toll and O'Toole out on the floor at the same time, causing issues tonight. Here's Lefebvre, cross floor, Meridian. He'll send it back to Zachary Toll. Bounces away from him, and Siapara's there to take the possession away. Quickly, it's down in St. Catharines' end on the stick of Sean Costigan. Sanderson, Spalina. Around a screen from Ron. Feeding backdoor cut from Costigan. That's a nice save from Wilson. And the rebound picked up, and there's 2 out. It's Zavitz and Race. Julian Race bounces it through the legs of O'Toole. And St. Catharines lead for the first time in the series. Transition here for St. Catharines. Julian Reyes, told you, one of 3 grads on this A's team. We'll bounce that one in. Thunderhill. Sending it to the corner for Lefebvre after the face-off win. St. Catharines haven't had a whole ton of momentum here in this series. Looking to keep it going. Go to Thunderhill. That's a good shot. And perhaps a good sign for number 44. Lefebvre trying to dig it out. One of the Northman defenders lost their stick. It was Cole Teeple, who just waited out the shot clock. And now Trey Deer sends to the outside, a minute away from the halfway mark of the period. Horseman to Matthews, back to Deer. Bouncer that ends up in the St. Catharines bench. Got a couple souvenirs over there tonight. Ari Stainhouse to Toll. Toll filled in, and the arm is high from the officials. I believe that's Graydon Stokes who makes his return to the lineup tonight. Gonna head off perhaps for a high stick. Far side, Thunderhill feeds it back to Toll. quick stick off the crossbar. O'Toole might have got it through in time to deny Armitage, who was right at the side of the crease. Here's Thunderhill. Steenhouse back to Toll. Stokes stepped up, and as he grabs the loose ball, he'll be sent off for a high stick. Watch Stokes coming across here, past the screen, the help defender, and woof. Zachary Toll bobblehead night here at Tony Rose Arena. 4 seconds away from the midway mark. Just a 2 on the board for Graydon Stokes as they work it around the horn. Thunderhill up top. Zavitz off the arm of O'Toole. Bounces right out to Cameron Pack, though. He's down floor with Aiden Long. Wheels over the top. Long continues to circle. And now we'll give off to Cole Teeple, who will slow things down. Played here by Brian Jackman, who will sidestep down towards the corner. Late arrival was going to be Cohen Jennings, but shot clock too late, so he'll turn back to the bench after the save from Wilson. Picked up an assist on the Julian Race goal as well. First power play of the game for the Athletics, who had their chances at home the other night. Toll shot. Knocked down. Zavitz will pick up. Here's Toll again across Thunderhill. Zavitz, another one that's stuffed. Elijah Edwards got in the way of that. And that'll force the shot clock violation against the Athletics. 40 seconds left. Again, the Northmen can't take the entire thing, but you get pretty darn close. Ron to Horseman, 18-81. Ron sets the big screen up top, and that blew up Nathan Fear. So final 15 seconds, a little bit more than the Athletics thought they were going to get here on the power play, but they'll set up. Coming across to Zavitz, misplayed it, and Aiden Long trying to get it away from St. Catharines captain Armitage. Did recover. Thunderhill shot from, that's his spot on the floor. Nicely caught by Aiden Long, the rainbow pass. Well, that's 2 now from a good spot from Thunderhill. That had been on target after his first 2 offerings. Found the outside boards. Big high step and that quick release from Spalina. Rebound all the way up top. Sanderson looking for Deere. Long was tied up. Couldn't handle the ball as it bounced down floor, and Ari Steenhouse couldn't catch up to it before it went over and back. Hill outside Lefebvre. Isaac Prantera out there as well. He's going to circle down in towards the crease. Outside for Steenhouse. This is Ty Steenhouse with the swim move and the dive. And O'Toole's down after making the stop. Find the ball in between the shin pads, and we go again. Cam Sanderson being worked over on the far side. Him and Noah Simpson in a good battle. Ball heads to the crease though, where Horseman is, and ran through the crease. Took an extra shove, and they'll give a little back and forth on their way off the floor. Race across center to Toll. Back Keaton Zavitz. He wants help coming back up the boards. He'll pass it to Toll, and they'll create a one-on-one. Toll over the top, sidearm. O'Toole looking behind him, it's in. Zachary Toll from outside. Looked like they're going to play one-on-one. And watch St. Catharines just clog up the middle here. Zavitz goes and sets 1 and 2 screens, and Toll over the top, able to shoot it past everything, including Connor O'Toole for a 2-0 lead. Exactly what St. Catharines needed to do here in this first period, but there's still 6.5 left in it. Long pushing the ball forward to Teeple. Out of control the face-off. Logan Fletcher was knocked down, also going for that draw. He gets back and into the defensive set. Here's Deere. Can't find Spallina cutting to the net. Look at over there. Owen Ron trying to shove his man into the players' bench. And a couple of swings of the sticks on their way out. Here's Stainhouse. Through Meridian, they'll go to Thunder Hill. Trent Meridian to Stainhouse on the run. A little skip shot in off O'Toole as Pack and Zavitz got tied up. Conversation starting to be a little more frequent down in the trenches with 5.5 to go here in the first. Matthews in the corner to Deere, back up to Jackman, sidearm scores. Left side is dangerous for Orangeville, especially when they all get moving, and normally Matthews and Deere are the ones who do damage, but this time it's Brian Jackman. Rusty Kruger loved his addition at the trade deadline. Big body who came in and accepted he was probably going to be making a lot of room for some other guys. But he says, don't forget, he can put it in the back of the net when it's time to do so. Deere finds Spallina trailing the play, goes straight to the net with his shot. And it's hard off Jennings to Deere. Back to Spallina. Liam Matthews. Bouncing around, Matthews from the outside, cuts through. Shut off Wilson and rolls in the corner. Jennings lost his stick in the exchange. Athletics pick up and they'll cross center. Toll. Toll very slow as the ball is on the outside. Zavitz goes all the way across the Thunder Hill. Now Toll goes cross floor to meet it to Zavitz. No time to shoot. Cole Teeple. He'll put a bouncer into the stick of Pack. Now Jackman. Under 4 to play here in the first period. Brian Jackman cuts to the corner. Back up, looks for Spallina. Jennings had cut through. Pass to him bounced wide, and it's out and into the corner. Julian Race. Stainhouse. From the corner through Armitage. Now back to the outside. Hill. Lefebvre sets a big screen. Armitage comes to do the same. As the shot is taken, they call it too aggressive. Siapara feeding it through the middle. Now back outside. Horseman shot. I don't think that ever got there. In tight to Deere. This one will count as he faked high, went low, and Wilson stood in to make the stop. 3 to play. Toll cutting through. Gets pinned against the half boards and then bouncer up top to Prantera. He didn't get it, running into it. Aiden Long, all alone, transition goal. As soon as the pass was missed, Steve Toll was urging his guys to get up and across center. You can see, not really sure who was coming or going, and Aiden Long, probably the worst guy you can pick to pick that up and put it in. And just when we said it was a dream start for St. Catharines, it's now tied up at 2 again. Ron moves early at the draw, giving it to Nathan Fear and the Athletics, but that's the danger with the Northmen. Cannot make mistakes. Right into the corner for Hill. Thunderhill. Zavitz. Oh, that shot may have caught O'Toole leaning, but got his arm back down. We near the 2-minute warning. Here's Deer. Out across to Spallina. Joey Spallina gets a screen from Horseman, back across to Liam Matthews. High stepping. Ari Stainhouse keeps him at bay, but only momentarily. Then the arm got high, and we get a moving screen in behind. It was Trey Deer chasing his man all the way into the end boards. Stainhouse, long rip, racing in, scores. Not much to analyze here, just a straight run in and big rip from Stainhouse. Put the lead back in the side of St. Catharines. Off the face-off, look out, back the other way. In transition, the answer seconds later from Colm Barnett. Face-off wins, Siapara straight back, and Colm Barnett on the run. Costigan, as the Northmen have it again. You can feel the crowd starting to get back into this game with that last goal. Three goals from three different players make it 6 from 6 here in the period. As Trey Deer is down by the net and getting up slowly back in St. Catharines territory. Only 4 defenders out as Deer gets back to the bench and immediately gets attention. Keep an eye on number 91. Should be a huge story. Not just for this game, but this series. Edwards up the boards to Teeple. Now Spallina. Flips to Liam Matthews. Cycling again, and another hard hit. Jackman chases Zavitz across center, and that'll do it for an action-packed first period. The first one that the Northmen did not lead at all in the period off 2 quick goals for St. Catharines Athletics. We're going to take a timeout and check in on the other game coming up after this quick break. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, fueled by Gatorade. Back live at Tony Rose Arena, I'm Matthew Carrick, joined now by Jonathan Donville. By the magic of technology, he's tuning into the game in Mimico. We saw earlier on a quick lead for the Peterborough Lakers. How's the game going down there at Drummond Bowl?
Yeah, it's been, not altogether what the score would suggest. I think Mimico is the better period, the better team there in the first period. Cole Gervais was one of the best periods of goaltending I think that I've seen, this summer. He was really outstanding. A lot of 2 and 3 save sequences, but obviously Peterborough gets the lead. A couple stories to kind of monitor in this game. Michael Blameyer, Peterborough, Cole Begley for Mimico, both serving 1 game suspension from that action that we saw at the end of the game last night. To come monitor there, and it's something that's kind of been hovering under the radar. Maddie, you mentioned it, but the flu bug continuing to hit this Peterborough team a little bit. So trying to get their guys feeling as healthy and as good as possible, but an outstanding start for them. It started on a Nick Crowley shorthanded goal. Finn Thompson had a breakaway, hits the post, goes the other way. Crowley scores. Ironically, Maddie, on the exact same move he tried the other night in Peterborough when I said defenders should shoot for the low corners. He must have known I was in the building because he shoved that one right back in my face. And then another shorthanded goal by Nicholas Brood later in the period, taking kind of an unsettled scenario coming off the bench to the defender. Then 2 goals from Colby Wood at even strength. One was a slip pick, the other one coming around the screen. So good period from Wood. I think I missed a goal to hear to step outside, but 4-0 was the start Peterborough, and I had to step outside here to take the call. So it's been a good game, but to me, Maddie, Finn Gervais has been the story here. So, Mimico's got to find a way to punch through.
I think much the same here at Tony Rose. Interestingly enough, Ty Wilson gets to start tonight instead of Oliver Vagno. 4-1, getting the score update as you guys near intermission down in Mimico. Ty Wilson gets to start tonight. Phenomenal for their first period. The Athletics come out and take an early lead. It was 2-0 tied up, and then back-to-back goals in transition off face-off plays give us 3-3 here at the break. Really quickly, I'm going to let you go here before our game resumes, and you missed too much of yours there at the intermission as well. But 3 things. How's the weather? How's the crowd? And how was the P-meal?
I missed the female, Maddie. It's been too many
Strike
games
number
back to back to try to get some other food in here, diversify my diet. The crowd is excellent. and the weather is about as hot as you would think it is.
Sure.
And I can tell you, jumping into my car to take the call is not helping with the heat. But yeah, it's been a good game. And you know, Matt, we could have the final series by tonight, right? I said that.
Yeah.
2 Olympic games. It's 40 minutes to play the game, but there's a lot of lacrosse left to be played and a lot of very proud players on the two sides, especially on the losing sides, who are looking to extend their junior careers. So I expect 40 more good minutes here, and obviously 40 more 20 rows as well. You know, it seems like this has worked pretty well, so we'll jump on again for the second intermission, and we'll chat with you then.
Sounds good. Hope you're enjoying the little check-in at home as well, something we thought would be cool to do from both arenas, Jonathan Donville down in Mimico, and of course myself, Matthew Carrick here. Enjoy the second period, Donnie, and for the rest of you, we'll take another quick break before we bring you back to Tony Rose for the second period here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs. Period 2 underway as the Northmen now go right to left. 10 left in their shot clock. Matthews trying to find Deer on the crease. Good to see him back on the floor as we saw him hobble off at the end of that first period. Quickly back the other way, it's Stainhouse. Tie this time, not Ari, racing transition. Ari got that late goal. Tying it at 3, which is where we stand right now, a minute and a half into this third period. I'd like to thank Jonathan Donville for checking in with us. Spalina from up top shoots it through. Ty Wilson with the stop. As they cut through again, shot waved off, and then coming in with a purpose, Colm Barnett. Big hit on Thunder Hill. Gives the ball back here to the Northmen. Late with their change. Spalina finds Sanderson on the crease. And I was about to say Sanderson pretty quiet here tonight, but just as I was about to say that, he puts it in the back of the net. Spalina draws the attention of 2 defenders, gets it back to Sanderson, and the first lead of the game for the Northmen comes here 2 minutes into the second period. Spalina 4 away from 100 here this summer. By the way, that goal for Colm Barnett off the face-off, his first since June the 14th of last season. Just his 8th of his 3-year career. Outside shot, O'Toole makes the stop. He'll send it up to Elijah Edwards. Had to climb the ladder to bring it down, but does so. Now Owen Ron to the outside. A bit of a screen from Spalina, picked up on the run. Here from Jackman. Deer in a shoving match through the middle, I believe with Ryan Andrews. As they continue to work on each other, a shot in tight from Ron. You can almost feel the building slanting the way of the Northmen right now, as it normally does here in this second period. Athletics would do well to get a goal here in the next minute or so. Toole tried and shot it off the foot of a defender, up and out of play. Perhaps Barnett. As it works its way back to Armitage. Lefebvre, far side on the run. Shot from, I believe that was Toll. Nate Ruff down floor. And the conversation was probably better and quicker line changes on the side of the St. Catharines Athletics. They had 3 down floor before Colm Barnett got there. Sutter Pilon with the rebound, walked back in his own crease. So the ball will go here to Orangeville. Matthews, Spalina. And that battle with Deer continued, with Pilon taking up the fight and went upstairs on number 91, and we get another penalty here to the Northmen. Watch just inside the fan. Oh, no, sorry, it's Deer. That throws the left. And so I heard the oohs and ahs coming off that St. Catharines bench. So a chance now for the A's. Said they needed one. And Toll trying to give it to them and doesn't as O'Toole makes the stop. Armitage keeps the possession alive, though, giving back to his captain. Zavitz up top. No shot from Stainhouse. They'll put it in the corner for Toll. Stainhouse, Thunderhill, Zachary Toll. Look at the ball movement there. If Armitage brought it down, he had a wide open cage. Thunderhill back up top. Zavitz shoots through everything, and we're tied again. This is the play that almost worked to perfection, but almost not enough as Thunderhill brings it back down. Elects to go cross seam again, and Zavitz says, here, let me show you how it's done. 4 goals per side, 8 combined from 8 different players here in this game. Usually when you talk about these teams, it's a heavy dose of either Toll or Zavitz, or take your pick between Deere, Matthews, Spallina. Not the case tonight. Here's Lefebvre. Yet to be included. Jumping shot from the far crease. Saved by O'Toole. Here's Dante Bowen. Up and over center. Ball bounced away from him into the stick of Pilon. Now back to the trailer. Hard bouncer off the end boards. Brought down by Hill. Stainhouse has it. First power play goal of the game for either side. As Stainhouse comes in, elects not to shoot, opens the lane for Zavitz. Excuse me, that was Meridian up top. And O'Toole there to make the save. Braden Stokes playing with a Woody. Don't see too many of those anymore. Back for Spallina. Pull it out of the corner, up. Now Matthews, late in the shot clock, looking to feed Jackman. Sanderson grabbed the errant pass up a little high for Matthews, still brought it down in his over-the-shoulder attempt late. Pulling out some trickery. I guess in that case, desperation moves. Were the Northmen, none of them able to work as intended. Here's Zavitz. Back towards the corner. They'll work it through Hill again. A lot of movement on that right side. Now the screen comes from Lefebvre, and Hill's pass couldn't connect. They go down to the crease. Hard shot. Bounced off O'Toole and up out of play, despite the protests from Andrew Suter and Phil Sanderson. Zavitz out high. Spallina playing defense on him. Shoves Zavitz into the corner. Now he goes back at Spallina. Turned the corner. Shot off the side of the net. Right to Aiden Long goes the ball, and through Spallina to Edwards. Spallina in the bottom of your corner, right under the 5-2 out-of-town scoreboard. Peterborough continues to lead after their strong start. All tied up at 4 here. Perhaps 2 maybe somewhat surprising score lines on what we said coming in could be the final day of the OJLL semifinals. The 2 teams that are down making their voice heard in that argument, however. Armitage from the outside over to Toll. His shot bounced wide. Costigan's follow through went a little high, and the Northmen going back to the penalty box. Never mind. Armitage shot through traffic. There was a little bit extra conversation, but St. Catharines have the lead back once again. Third lead change of the game. Lefebvre flipping it back to Armitage, who becomes the 5th different goal scorer on the Athletics bench. And somewhere in the building, GM Jeff Chosky, I know, is celebrating that goal, watching. He was over on Pat B at one point. Always says he has to watch on the screen, can't watch in person, so. Ball up to Spallina. One-on-one. Turns and fires. And gives it to Armstrong. Now 5 from 5 on the side of the Northmen. And we've had 10 different goal scorers in this game. This is all Spallina, and you knew it was going to be all Spallina. Backs up, doesn't need much space. Fires through, and a little extra how do you do to the early NLL draft pick. Philadelphia Wings, Colton Armstrong. Dante Bowen. Matthews into the corner for Deere. Looking back here to Ron, who cuts the corner. I think Owen Ron has been airborne in this series more than he's been feet planted. He's definitely been a thorn in the side of the Athletics, who've given him extra attention all day long. Under a minute away from the halfway mark of regulation time. Knotted up at 5. Bit of a head fake. Far side to the net, Meridian. Rippled the mesh, but it was off the back of the net. Edwards escapes the double team after grabbing the rebound. He'll carry it as far as center before giving off to Cole Teeple. Matthews, Spallina. Sanderson falls in front. Horseman rips and scores. Becoming the 6th different Northmen to pot a goal here today. Rusty Kruger high on this trade deadline acquisition as well. The high pick and roll, if you will. Spallina now 3 assists away from 100 on the season, but get our first wipe down of the game in the crease of Ty Wilson. I asked Rusty Kruger specifically about Horseman being an offensive-minded player on a team that's already fairly well established in the offense department. And he said, you know, they've all got the green light, and Horseman knows what he can do from where he can do it on the floor. Two overtime games down the stretch for the Northmen. Both victories, both off the stick of Bowie Horseman. To go prove the point of Rusty Kruger. They go back to the former Brampton captain again. Now to Ron. They say he cleared the crease. And that little spin back. Now Matthews, sidearm shot. That goes wide of everything and over and back. Horseman going to be the lone man back on defense. Pack hard into his man. Stainhouse comes over to throw the screen. Intended pass for Thunder Hill. Couldn't find its way through. Toll picked it back up. Teeple looking for an outlet. Now it's Edwards. Aaron stick down on the floor. Matthews goes after the defender, lost it. Ball bounced off a player in front and now through the crease of Wilson. Stainhouse has a man off the bench, puts it down into the corner. Armitage now back for Hill. Under 9 to play. Near side, Ruff got knocked down with an illegal screen, so the Northmen have it back. Edwards. He'll pass here to Horseman. Been Bowie Horseman the last couple minutes. Him and Ron developing some chemistry. The 81-18 connection. They reset the shot clock, saying the initial offering hit off Wilson. Then a second chance. Doesn't roll far enough to clear out of the cylinder. Noah Simpson to the outside. Lefebvre cutting back. Hill back into the corner. Now Hill shoots past the screen and scores. And then Thunder Hill gives his traditional fist bump celebration. And yes, if you're scoring at home, 12 different goal scorers now. Lefebvre and Thunder Hill. And you can just see them throughout the game. Heat up the first couple wide, then a few right into the middle of the goaltender. And watch O'Toole there, saw that one, looked to his right initially, and then head snapped back left just in time to follow it through to the mesh. Here's Logan Fletcher. Armitage off the bench. Through Meridian to the outside half boards. Zachary Toll brings it down. Thunder Hill fakes low, goes high. Save made by O'Toole. Got back in the rocking chair a little bit. The ball had already scooted out to the far boards. Teeple to Deer. Spalina has Matthews high stepping off the bench. Matthews turned to take the shot and immediately met a defender. Ball bouncing around here. Deer will catch up to it after the shot. So the clock resets. It's Spalina. Feeding it through to Deer around the world shot, and Wilson had to make the quick save. Ball falls at the feet of Nathan Fear. The big check from Spalina. That Syracuse head goes all the way to the face-off restraining line. Better get that one screwed into a shaft quickly. It's a very important head over on the Orangeville sidelines. Lefebvre. Initially the pass bounced away from him, and then Stokes kept it out of his hands. Edwards to pick up, feeding it back through Jennings. Now Matthews. No Spalina here as they continue to work on the twig. Up top, Horseman. Bowie Horseman cuts down towards the corner, far side for Matthews. Trey Deer also up high. Matthews will cut down towards the corner. It comes back bouncing for Bowie Horseman. Horseman through the middle, sidearm on the run. Bounces off the boards, but right to Trey Deer. Bad angle shot. And they're saying that was behind the goal line, extended before it hit the goalie. Had this rule explained in the last game, where you can score from behind the goal line, but just if you take a shot from back there, it's not legal enough to beat the shot clock. Jonathan Donville down in Mimico, where a good start for the Peterborough Lakers has disappeared. A 6-1 and counting second period. Have the Mimico Mountaineers up 7-5. Thank you for the confirmation, Rachel Wolf. Director tonight. 5 straight goals in a matter of 4.5 minutes. Including a Mark Waters hat trick out in Mimico. Peterborough playing for their season. Ball the outside. It comes back to Thunderhill. Athletics doing the same thing here in this building, although tied 6-6. On the run, Nate. Rough transition. Ty Wilson makes the stop. Dante Bowen chased that one high and will bounce it away from trouble. Gets run into the outside boards and shrugs off his man. They're still trying to corral this bouncing ball. I think this is a new shaft. Same head for Spillane News back out there for the first time. I believe the other one was white, this one black, and still nearly works though. He gets the shot into the feet of Wilson, and delayed penalty coming after Spillane took a late shot. Spillane on the run was looking for the far post. Hit the inside of it and it bounced out. O'Toole to the bench. Extra attacker in the middle is Cohen Jennings. They work it down towards the quarter. Spillane, Matthews. Excuse me, Jackman, Deere. Matthews in the middle. That one off the shoulder of Wilson, and a slashing call coming here to the Athletics. Just the second power play of the game for Orangeville. Watching the tail end of this shot. Keep your eye on Spillane 22. Oh, no, I think it's the one on Owen Ron. And here's the end of the play. Couple good stops for Ty Wilson in succession, including that one. Play back underway. Power play set with Spillane up top. He'll shovel it to Matthews. Liam Matthews, Spillane from long range. That one's off of Wilson, but cleanly caught by Matthews. And then Spillane through everything. Again, there are some looks that you know it's going to be Joey Spillane. And even when you know, there's not too much you can do about it. Perhaps Ty Stainhouse could be a little bit higher, but then you give a shot of a good look to Liam Matthews, and just too many other decisions that have to be made on a power play like that. 7-6. Lead changes it again here at Tony Rose. With 3.5 to go in the period. She joined us last night, Jonathan Donville, saying a lot of these games are won by 10 goals or with a 10 count. Deere over to Aiden Long, and we may be in a race to 10 here tonight. Ball given to St. Catharines here on the interference. Julian Race to the corner, Thunderhill. Takes it all the way down himself. He'll play back through Prantera. And now Meridian finds Stainhouse in stride. Stainhouse to Zavitz, who was cutting through. Elijah Edwards still went for the hit, as does Bowen on Prantera. And the loose ball picked up off the shot clock violation. Ante Bowen now lost the stick. Got to get some of the Rayburn construction material to put these heads together. Phil Sanderson out on the floor. Does that count as too many men picking up the stick? Anyways, all alone in the back of the net. goes Christian Lefebvre to tie the game once again, 7 from 7 off that athletics bench in a do-or-die game. Watch Lefebvre here. There is no one, and I mean nobody, on his side of the floor except for the lead official. Ties the game at 7. Should have stick with us at intermission. We'll check in one more time with Jonathan Donville if he hasn't melted to a puddle. Shove there from Ron. His man goes down. Got up, checking a number. Did Ryan Andrews. Over to Thunderhill. Takes it to the crease, can't bounce it through O'Toole. And we got a minute and a half left. Both teams have both of their timeouts after that first period. As the Hornheads work it to Spalita again from long range. He's starting to heat up, which would be bad news for everyone south of the QEW split. Ryan Andrews. Back up top. Lefebvre drags it through. Was trying to return back to Armitage. Teeple's already out and down floor. Aiden Long going to join him. Accepts the pass. The shot off of Ty Wilson. Bounces all the way back towards center where Dante Bowen was waiting. And timeout called by Rusty Kruger and the Northmen with 46 seconds to go in the period. Well, should the Athletics win, should Peterborough win, next games in both series scheduled for Monday night. 8 p.m. in Peterborough if they can get past Mimico. 8 p.m. in St. Catharines if they get past Orangeville. Be sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know where our crew will be if we're required. Mimico up 9-6 now in the second period. First question I'm going to ask Donville when we talk to him is, what was the difference between the two periods for the Mountaineers? He said Gervais was playing pretty good. I guess the commentator's curse can come from the parking lot. You can also follow at the OJLL on all your favorite social medias. And download the official Ontario Junior Lacrosse League app from your favorite app store. So 46.2 to go. And it'll start with Ron through Spalina. O'Toole remains in the net. Up top, looking for Horseman. Bounces off his stick and back over with 35.9. And reluctantly, Steve Toole takes the timeout. Looked at the clock and then looked skyward as if to say, couldn't get an extra couple ticks. Can only take one per period as well, so that'll do it down the stretch here, although both teams hanging on to one final should it be required in the third period. Good time in the country. Understand Alberta finals getting kicked off tonight. BC playoffs well underway as well. Whatever community you're from, find a rink and get to it. MSL playoffs underway. Senior B still going on into the Junior B finals. Here in Ontario, Elora facing Kanawaki. For the right to go to the Founders Cup. and join the Hamilton Bengals. So Ty Wilson will remain on the bench. Or excuse me, in the net. As the Athletics set up the play up top. Zavit's going to wait. I think someone called 8. That'll be about 3 seconds from now. Here they go. Out to the outside. Play is on. Ahead movement there for Hill. It opens up Stainhouse. And the play works to perfection. The lead changes once again before the final period. Ty Stainhouse is going to come all the way through the middle here. As the initial pass went east-west, taking the two of the bigger defenders. I was going to say that was Stokes, I believe. Pack and Bowen down to the crease, opening Stainhouse in the middle. Face-off up for grabs up top. And nothing more doing. For the first time in this series, the Athletics have a lead headed into the locker room. Perhaps one more period left in their season. We'll wait and find out. More coming up after this timeout. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, fueled by Gatorade. Back live at Tony Rose Arena, joined by Jonathan Donville, who's down at the Mimico Bowl, watching the Mimico Mountaineers have an incredible second period by the looks of things. Jonathan, 9-6 is the score in the second period down there. What was the difference between the first and second for Mimico offensively?
Another dominant period, really, Danny, I think, for Mimico, and finally we're able to solve Gervais. Earlier in the period, Justin Tavares made, frankly, one of the nicest passes I've ever seen. On the run, bounce pass in transition to a tight window to Fid Thompson, who scored. And then from there, it was a lot of the lefties picking over. Mark Waters had 3, Dudemain had 2, McDonnell had 1, and Moran Weeks had 1. And the other thing is, I think the home crowd here really playing a strong factor in this game for Mimico, especially after the Moran Weeks goal. It was extremely, extremely loud in the building. It was kind of a weird goal by Moran Weeks. His man was trying to run by him. His man tripped up on Moran Weeks, and then he just stood up in front of the net and buried it. But another really good period. But on that note, Peterborough was able to hit enough shots. I think Mimico dominated the period, but DeLauro scores, and they got a breakaway goal, and I think Clark had one as well. So still well within striking distance here. But definitely a momentum period there for the Mountaineers, and the home crowd, I think, really loved it and has really been playing a strong role in it.
We saw some rough stuff at the end of game number 2. I know it's a tight game. I know Peterborough's season on the line. Has any of that started to creep into the game yet?
No, it's been fairly clean. I think a lot of it's been clean but intense. I would say there's been a few penalties, definitely some flashes after the whistle, things like that, but nothing too crazy. I think as long as it's close, as long as the this game stays as important as it is, I don't think we'll see much of it here. Again, a few suspensions handed out last night, so especially if Mimico can increase their lead or Peterborough can come back, guys will have that in their mind that actions tonight will have repercussions down the line.
If you missed our intermission segment earlier in the first, Michael Blaemeyers and Cole Begley suspended 1 game each for their actions in last night's game. Okay, getting into the third period now, what is it that you're looking for give me one note for Mimico, one note for Peterborough for how they can take this game?
Yeah, to Mimico, it's about clock management. I think they gave up a break goal in that period. You really have to limit that, and you have to, continue to control the momentum of the game and really not allow easy goals. How do you get easy goals? In transition and on power play. And then also, you got to manage the mentality of it. If you can get off a few goals, then obviously the rough stuff starts to come back into play, and you have to be smart, mitigate injuries and suspensions as we head to the final. And then for Peterborough, they got to find ways to get loose balls and get the ball out, up and out. They need to play more offense. I think Mimico dominated the course there, and they need to just manage, the momentum of the game a little bit better. Like I said, I think the crowd got to them there. So obviously for Peterborough, you want to try to score soon as well, right? These comebacks get harder and harder the later you leave it. If you can get one or two off the jump here, and then you're only chasing a goal or two, then you're in business the whole way. But I think you want to get it to at least 2 by 5 minutes left and try to cut it a little bit before that as well. So like I said, they hit enough shots. They're still in this thing. I think it should be a pretty good 20 minutes. But for Peterborough, the time is now, right? Your backs are against the wall. Again, we saw their back against the wall against Six Nations, and that's when they had a lot of success. But, it's now or never time for the Lakers.
What color freeze are you going with? Is it red, white, blue, purple? What are you doing?
I think blue's undefeated, so I'll have to get blue, but I'll wait for the post game.
All right. Excellent choice, and enjoy the rest of the game. For his post-game thoughts, you can head to Lacrosse Culture Daily. That's where Jonathan Donville's been posting those types of things. 9-6 is the score there at intermission. 8-7 here for St. Catharines. Same story at Tony Rose. We'll be back after this break. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, fueled by Gatorade. Third period underway here at Tony Rose. A couple shots either way to O'Toole down to our left and Ty Wilson on our right. 8-7 the score for St. Catharines, playing for their season. For three players playing for their careers. And Christian Lefebvre, Julian Race, and Thunder Hill. Bouncer off the end boards, goes straight to Elijah Edwards. He'll pick up and bounce to Bowie Horseman. Far side, Spallina, low shot. And Wilson will grab it. Started to see Spallina heat up in that second period, as if he wasn't hot enough here in Tony Rose. As did Thunder Hill. Forgot the thermometer tonight to give you an exact reading, but for our American viewers, it is many, many Fahrenheits. O'Toole up to Costigan. 2 minutes gone here in the period. Jackman up top to Matthews. Joey Spallina, the only player in the game with 2 goals. Or I should say multiple goals. Everything else from different players as Spallina gets taken down. That shot off the netminder and out of play. Here's Spallina with it now on hat-trick watch. From the corner, gave it to Deere. Looked like he was already thinking about which move from his bag of tricks he's going to pull out. Good eat, don't rub it indeed. As that one goes off a Athletics defender. Back here to Matthews. He'll spin and fire and score. His first of the game. And we're all tied up. 15 players find the back of the net in this game. As you just see him go one-on-one. Big pick from Jackman, takes care of 2 defenders and opens all the time and space that Matthews needs to tie this game at 8. Face-off rolled in the direction of Dante Bowen. He'll slowly jog it across center. Trying to get away from Logan Fletcher. Spin move out of the corner and then pummeled there. Armstrong sits on Horseman. Play continues. Going to Matthews. A couple fakes. Takes it to the net and off the right arm there of Watson. Horseman down to the floor again as clock gets reset. Spallina to Matthews. He wants to go to the cage one more time. The bounce shot. Saved from Watson. Few fans calling for a back in call, then heard someone yell 4 seconds, and that's the one that's going to win out. Jackman Down to Matthews. He'll go up top. Sanderson, the pick, the roll, the shot, and the save from Wilson. Sanderson knocked down in the corner. Walking through is Jackman, one-handing that ball, and Deere, seen it a couple times from Deere now. Not picking it up, but batting it to a teammate. Spallina taken down after the shot. He's still down in the corner. Hold your breath, Orangeville / Syracuse. As Spallina is now back upright, but very slow getting back in this play. Here's Matthews. Shot from outside. Spallina's got one intention on his mind, and that's to get back to the bench. Trainer will check on him, and she turns and walks away, so it looks like Joey Spallina's all right. Steenhouse to the corner, Toll. Back to the outside, shot from Lefebvre off the end boards. See Liam Matthews taking an extended sit down over on that bench, but I mean, that means they can still run out Trey Deere. Brian Jackman, who can still do this. Nasty stuff from the trade deadline acquisition. Gets the help from a screen from Cohen Jennings and works through and make himself seasick with that much back and forth movement. Another lead change here in this game. By my count, that's 5. As the Orangeville Northmen go back on top, now 9-8. The OJLL cares not about your comments about what game is going to be better. These teams have shown anybody on any night can play with anybody. Zavitz from the outside bounces it off the boards. That one will cross center and go for the over and back. A good one here at Tony Rose tonight. After a little bit closer, game number 2, just 9-6 following the 16-4. Game number 1, Matthews spins back all alone, scores. Fans here have been waiting for an outburst all night long, and perhaps right on the verge. Steve Toll thinks it's the same situation as he's going to burn his final timeout early in the period as Matthews walks in and scores. And I don't think Toller's happy about the start to the period for the Athletics. 2 quick goals, and here they are. Brian Jackman working through. I mean, a lot of catch-up being done by the A's there, and this is just a one-on-one play that the Northmen have run all year long. Doesn't take much for Matthews to beat his man, take it to the net. And we've seen that end of the play more than a few times this season. Two-goal lead matches the largest that the Athletics had back when it was 2-0. Official Mark Thompson had called early movement back of the restraining line. Andrew Ecclestone said they weren't yet in the set position. And now we get the draw, which rolls all the way back here to Logan Fletcher. Fletcher again, we'll see if there's any extra energy on the side of the Athletics coming out of that timeout. They've been right on the doorstep all night long. Definitely their best effort of the series so far. Can argue they need the next one. Shot clock sounds. The toll going across. Teeple to Jackman to Deere. No Matthews on this set, although Spalina now joins over on the far side, and here he goes. Shot off the arm of Wilson and up at a play. It'll be a reset for Orangeville. Jonathan Donville's talked about this throughout the playoffs. Behind the back bouncer. Big rebound, Horseman, and Wilson makes the stop. How about that move from Joey Spalina? And here's Keaton Zavitz running away from Trey Deere. Deere chases him back into the corner. Those two have their own little tete-a-tete. Over the top on the run. Armitage shot handled by O'Toole. Rebound. With Dante Bowen as Deere and Zavitz continue to have words. And look out! Deere turns back and blows up arms. And Zavitz had a word. And they're going to call Deere for a high stick. Looked like he was just in the right place at the right time. And we'll see if this rode up on him. But yeah, I think we're going to follow Deere all the way out of this corner battle with Zavitz, and you'll see him throw the big hit at center coming up right about here. I don't know. Unless he got it up on Zavitz afterwards. Orangeville Minor Association out there doing the wipe down. Caleb Saunders, Liam, and Oliver DaCosta are the names of the wipe down crew tonight. Power play for the Athletics. Feel like this might be their chance. Zavitz outside, O'Toole saves. Rebound was picked up by Zavitz, but Blindly flipped it back through the middle. Aiden Long. Slowed up before he took it all the way in. We'll flip to Cole Teeple and now Matthews. Spalina outside. That's Owen Ron working with Spalina. It comes through the middle and long shot goes up out of play. Minute 15 power play time, and well, we said earlier on in the game, race to 10. That's where the Northmen are right now, and see if the Athletics can buck the trend. Told to the far side, Cameron Pack jumped the route, and 3 penalty killing Northmen come up over center. It's Cameron Pack slowing things down. Shoving battle over in the far corner between Cole Teeple and Logan Fletcher. Now Pack keeping the ball well out of harm's way. Well, if it's a race to 10, you see the score coming in from Mimico in the third period. Up by 3. Zachary told his Zavitz. Cutter back door was Colton Armitage. Pass was a little too high as Armitage throws Dante Bowen down to the crease. Trade Deer. 20 seconds away from the halfway mark of the period. 10-8. Northmen make it 11. Liam Matthews hat trick. And a 5-point night. I mean, there is not a whole lot for him to look at or shoot at, and drags it through the legs of Ari Steinhaus. As the mop-up crew called into duty once again. Ball from the face-off rolls back in the direction of Dante Bowen. Ethan Fisher runs it back across, and every time an athletic player touches the ball, they're going to have a Northman in their face. Zavitz to the corner toll. Zavitz collided with Bowen and went down. He'll get back up to chase the rebound, though. 3 on the shot clock. And that nearly hits Mike Hancock in the corner. A lot of individual battles being sorted out now between these players at the end of all the whistles. Three-goal lead, not insurmountable, but Northman, it's very hard in this building when the horns are going, the classic rock's playing, and the sticks are out on the home bench. And that's exactly why right there. Goals starting to come hot and heavy. In behind Ty Wilson, who has played really well through the first couple periods, getting the start in favor of Ollie Vagno. And it's now a 5-goal run here in the period. Orangeville lead with Matthews getting 3 goals here in crunch time. Horseman now up to a pair of goals, and headlock takedown and a hold being called here. Holding penalty against Elijah Edwards. It's not there, it's in along the glass. I think everyone watching the big pile up, but it was Edwards, the one that went off. He was tied up with Ethan Fisher. Look at Connor O'Toole up for goaltender of the year in the regular season. Thomas Kazik, of the Toronto Peaches. I thought Cole Gervais' name might be on that list, perhaps Cal Lever-Pereira as well, but Sugga Thompson of Six Nations, the third nominee. There's Thunderhill. Ty Steinhaus takes top spot. He'll go down, throw the screen. Back across to Zavitz. O'Toole looking behind him, but kept it in his crease and kept it in front of him. Aiden Long. Gonna bounce it to the far side where Horseman picks it up. Meanwhile, Cohen Jennings near side trying to break free. The shot comes from Horseman, and just a weak one at the tail end of the shot clock into the feet of Wilson. Midway mark of the St. Catharines power play. Set it on their last man advantage that they need a goal. Now they need one desperately. Toll passing it down into the corner. Armitage couldn't handle it, and it's in the stick of the Northmen and up the boards. Long to Spalina. Big collision between Armitage and Spalina as they went off. It's now outside in the stick of Trey Deer. Ron to Spalina, wants the screen, gets it, took the shot and right into Nathan Fear, who's feeling it, and the reset's going to give him a chance to get off the floor. Good eat, don't rub it indeed for Nathan Fear, who, if you haven't followed our athletics coverage yet this season, has not missed a game in 3 Junior A seasons. Regular season or playoffs. Outside shot, bouncing ball, Spalina scores. Hat trick and potential dagger for Joey Spalina. Got caught in the legs of Wilson and still had enough power on it to carry it through the crease and over the goal line. Back to the face-off dot. Fear, after blocking that shot, comes out and wins a draw, much as he's done all night long, going up against Jaden Siapara. Outside, Trent Meridian. He'll take the shot. O'Toole makes the stop. And fans here in Orangeville perhaps can smell it already. A 5-goal lead, the largest for either side. 8-second count against their beloved Hornheads, however. Zavitz will go to the far side. Screen set by Prantera. Shot for Hill. Into the legs of O'Toole. Bowen will grab the rebound. Under 6 to play here in regulation time. Inside, Jackman, Liam Matthews draws it back down. Matthews over the top, out in front. All kinds of time and space there for Cohen Jennings, who shot it into Wilson. Not sure he knew he was as open as he was. Meridian to the crease to Stainhouse. Shot off the post. Draws some oohs and ahs and applause. Here at Tony Rose. Cutting through Lefebvre with the twist as he got in tight to O'Toole. Now sent down floor by Aiden Long. O'Toole to the bench. And they're going to swap out Connor O'Toole in behind the play for Lyndon Hill. So not just the fans, perhaps Rusty Kruger as well. Trey Deer. Bench wants them to use the clock. That'll take this game down to almost 4 minutes to go. 5 goals in 4 minutes for the Athletics. Not an impossible task, but in the context of the series, I don't know. Athletics carry it over center through Zavitz. Into the corner for Toll. It's a very young team, only losing 3 players. Lefebvre, Thunderhill, Julian Race. Here is Thunderhill, Christian Lefebvre. Trying to bring it back to the near side. It was blocked by the Northmen and into the stick of Cole Teeple. Julian Race, the 3rd member of this graduating class. As the Athletics perhaps a little bit ahead of schedule, looking towards next year's Minto Cup, where they'll host. Long outside shot, sails wide of Wilson. Matthews brings it down, and from long range, penalty called here against Cam Sanderson, as he was involved in the far side. Unsportsmanlike, slash. The signal from Mark Thompson, and I think the Athletics when the debrief happens, we'll look at the power play numbers. We're given opportunities, especially the other night and here this evening. This now their 5th with just 1 goal. And we're up around 2 for 7 if memory serves correct, which it doesn't always do, down in St. Catharines. Zavitz to Lefebvre, Thunder. Quick stick, Meridian, and Hill got across in time. I want to say coming in cold. There is nothing cold in this building tonight, but Lyndon Hill sat there for 57 minutes of game time and then shows up and is greeted with a cross-crease pass. Has to go left or right to make a big stop. Prior to the trade deadline, it was Lyndon Hill, Zach Richards, and maybe more of the latter than the former. Connor O'Toole gets acquired at the deadline, has played every game ever since. And credit to Lyndon Hill, just happy to play back up in his grad season as well. And going to see some time here in the OJLL semifinal. 45 seconds left here on the power play, closing in on the 2-minute warning. Athletics out of timeouts. Up top, Zavitz from off top spot. That one rings off the post. And how many of those have we seen tonight? Hill to the corner, Lefebvre, Meridian, split save again from Hill. Trent Meridian wondering what else he can do. As he hangs his head, going off to the bench. Nothing to hang your head about. Here's Jennings. To Owen Ron, up top, Trey Deer, Sanderson. Out of the penalty box from long range, Deer sends it off the glass. Shot clock sounds, and we're down. Victory lap time for the Orangeville Northmen. It's Zavitz. Misplayed it into Lefebvre. He went back to the corner to retrieve it. Lefebvre still with it. Back behind everybody was Zavitz, and it will bounce into the stick of Dante Bowen as we're under a minute left to play here at Tony Rose. No sense of urgency from the Orangeville Northmen as their fans start to recognize that their boys are probably headed on to the final round for the second straight season. A perfect year last year. Thwarted in the final series against the Burlington Blaze, who went on to win the Minto. Rusty Kruger Swan won just 3 games in the regular season, then swept away the Toronto Beaches. And the time ticking down. The alumni corner will count it down. But the Orangeville Northmen will remain perfect in the playoffs and advance to the OJLL Finals. (13-8) your final. And again, congratulations on great careers for Christian Lefebvre, Thunderhill, Julian Race. On the side of the St. Catharines Athletics, have not heard the end of that group or those 3. Because Steve Toll and company are headed to the Minto Cup next year when they are the host team. But first, Orangeville Northmen hoping they can make it this year. Up next, the OLA Finals. Holding here for handshakes and see if we can get a score update out of Mimico. Looks like the Mountaineers are going to hang on to beat the Lakers with only a couple ticks left. 10-8 the score there. A reminder, you can follow along in the OJLL app. If that series does finish, it'll be Northman and Mimico in the OJLL Finals. You can get the schedule at the OJLL on social media or on the official OJLL app. And of course, subscribe here as Mimico have now stretched it to 11-8, and it looks like it's academic from this point on. So hope you've enjoyed our coverage through the semifinals so far. If indeed our next game is the finals, it'll be right here, and we'll talk to you then. For Jonathan Donville, our director Rachel Wolf, our producer Gary Morrison of the JVI Sports Network, and Colleen Grimes of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. We'll see you in the finals. Only 4 teams remain here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, and they are the top 4 seeds coming out of the regular season. Thunderhill took a little bit off it, and he'll celebrate with the crowd. We're all tied up. As Matthews postures up and scores his hat-trick goal.